Hey guys, this is Rob Lopicola, Transformation Specialist, and I work with sex addicts that are transforming their lives from a life that is sex addicted to a life where you are a thriving, healthy individual. And if this is you and you want to watch weekly videos here on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel below and hit that like button. That way, number one, it helps the algorithm a little bit in YouTube so I can kind of get out to more people and help others. And of course, if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time I post a video, which I will be posting every Tuesday. So the focus for me as a sober sex addict is to help other sex addicts who are trying to transform their lives out of one that is sex addicted, where you're exhausted and you are putting every effort time and time again to stop your active sex addiction, and yet you're failing time and time again, and you keep going back to those old behaviors that are just wearing you out and on some level destroying your life. I'm sober from sex addiction nearly 12 years now, and I am healthy, thriving, and relatively successful, and I love life today. But it wasn't that same story 12 to 15 years ago when I was wrapped horrifically in the grip of sex addiction. I was a thriving, successful NBC weatherman, and then I fell down the rabbit hole, if you will, with alcohol and meth addiction, with my core addiction for many, many years, decades, sex addiction. And I'm grateful that I'm sober today. And the reason why I want you to know all of those things is because if I can be sober and clean from drugs, alcohol, and sex addiction, you can too. So today we're going to talk about the living a way that is not confined to black and white thinking, all or nothing. If I make one mistake, I might as well just go all the way through and just go down that road of destruction because I made one mistake. See, that's all or nothing. I'm either perfect or horrible, wrapped in addiction. And that's just not the way it is. I do want you to understand that recovery from sex addiction is a process recovery. It's not just you stop and you're good to go. It's a process of transforming your life from one that is sex addicted or drug addicted, meth addicted, alcohol addicted, a life of addiction. There's a process to recovery. And sex is a little bit different because drugs and alcohol, well, you just stop drinking and stop drugging. Sex, that's part of normal, healthy behavior, but not for the active sex addict. We have to learn how to have healthy sexual relations with ourselves and with our partners. But today, again, I just want to focus on not having that black or white look, the all or nothing look at your life. I want you to understand that this is about progress, not perfection. So the three things we're going to look at briefly today, and we're going to keep this video relatively short, is about refocusing, refueling, and then forging ahead. One area that I struggled significantly as I was recovering from my sex addiction, which I was in the recovery process for quite a few years until I finally waved my white flag of surrender and was able to truly transform and change my life with the guidance of my spiritual advisor, Tony, who blessed me with his knowledge and expertise and his spiritual knowledge that was able to transform my life into a spiritual plane, if you will, a spiritual outlook on life that really helped me to sustain sobriety from sex addiction and all my other addictions as well. So for you, one of the things that happens is a setback. You may have experienced time where you were sober for a little while from your sex addiction or drugs, and a lot of times sex addiction does have another addiction with it, like alcohol or drugs. Alcohol and drugs tend to lower the inhibitions to act out more sexually. So as a sex addict, I played with alcohol and methamphetamine. In fact, I was meth addicted for 2 years. But one of the things that happens as we're trying to transform our lives to a life of sobriety is we have setbacks. Sometimes we'll have a setback, and we take a look at that setback as failure. We take a look at that setback, well, I might as well go full throttle now back into my addiction because I had a slip, or what I like to call a setback. A setback is a setup for a comeback. And I want you to change your mindset to that. A setback is a setup for a comeback. Very important. If you change the way you look at a thing, the thing you're looking at will change. And that's how I want you to start looking at your setbacks, okay? It's time to come back when you have a setback. We need to work on not having that black or white. Well, a setback means I'm a failure. No, it don't. Setback means your awareness has grown. And when you have a setback, you see it for what it is. And then you're able to continue progressing. So sometimes what we need to do as we're experiencing sexual sobriety is we need to put time aside to refocus on my purpose, on my goals, on what I want to achieve in my life. And that's what I want you to do. If you experience a setback or a slip, I want you to sit back and refocus. Fix the lens of the spiritual part of your mind and fix that eyesight and just refocus on your goals and who you want to be and why are you living a life, leaving the sex addiction to a life of sobriety. Why are you doing that? Because you want to be fulfilled, you want to be whole, you want to have a positive self-esteem, you want to have a positive self-confidence, you want to have a positive self-image, and you want to love who you are. So there will be times when you just need to sit back and refuel. Now, once you put some time aside and you refocus on what you want to achieve, what your goals are, and your why are you transforming your life? Once you refocus, you refuel. You do the things that charge you up, that build you up. And you have to discover for you what those things are that refuel you. For me, I connect with nature, I garden, I spend time in the morning meditating, just listening to the nature, just listen to the birds and the breeze and watch the clouds in the sky. I know it sounds kind of silly, but what I need to do is meditate to refuel. I need to have positive, encouraging conversations, surround myself by a village of loving, wonderful, encouraging, successful people. It's going to recharge my system. I'm going to be refueled. So we refocus and then we refuel. And you have to find for you what works, that fuels your life, that refuels you. I read books. I read The Course of Miracles. I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. I'll read books, and I've read them before many times, but I'll read them again with a cup of coffee. And I'll just get in some more knowledge because you know what? I can't remember everything. So I'll reread it and then I'll remember something else. And I'll be like, oh yeah. And then maybe it'll hit me a little bit differently than it did the first time I read it or the second time I read it. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to refuel yourself, whatever that is. Find out for you what it is. And sometimes you just have to do different things and figure out what it is that refuels you. Very important to be recharged. Once you are refueled, what do? You take the refocused energy, the refueling of your system, and you forge ahead. Get back on it. Get back on point. Get back in those positive, constructive behaviors that lead you down the right path. Just forge ahead. So what if you had a setback? So what if you had a slip? So what if you're not perfect? And you're not perfect, but that's okay. You don't have to be perfect. This is about progress, not perfection. You just want to get better and better. You want to continue being a better version of you. Once you know better, you do better. And in time, you will become better and better, stronger and stronger, more spiritually connected. You'll have a healthier relationship with yourself and others. You will improve in time because recovering from sex addiction is a process recovery. So you forge ahead. You forge ahead to achieve those goals. See, when you refocused, you took a look at your goals again. That's all you did. You took a look at your goals. You took a look at what you wanted to do. And then you recharged your system. Now you forge ahead. You take a look at all those goals, all the things you want to achieve in your life, and you forge ahead no matter what. You go in a positive, constructive direction, and you stay focused, laser focused on that positive, constructive decision-making skill that you have learned through practice, and you forge ahead to leading and living the life you want and you deserve, away from a life that's destructive. And once you forge ahead, you will keep achieving more and more success and champion your life. So I want you to pay very close attention to when you do have setbacks. And I want you to take a look at a setback as a setup for a comeback. Change the way you look at a thing, and the thing you're looking at will change. It's so important. It's all about mindset. It's all about mindset. Work on your mindset by changing how you're looking at things. It's very simple. It's just a decision to look at it differently. And if you need help, to look at things differently. Read some books by Wayne Dyer. He was phenomenal when it comes to teaching people how to change how you're thinking. I do the same thing. I do that in my course that I have in my business, the Sex Addicts Recovery and Transformation Accelerator Program. It's a 30-day program that'll completely shift and change your mindset when it comes to taking a look at you and your sex addiction. You need help sometimes, help to change the way you're looking at things. Einstein had said that the same mindset that caused the problem is not the same mindset that can fix it. So your own mindset can't fix the problem your mind created. And that's why you watch videos like this. That's why you read books. That's why you hire coaches. That's why you take people into your life who have what you want. You do what they do and you'll get what they have. There are simple strategies and techniques you can do to change and transform your life. But your mindset that caused the problem is not the same mindset that can fix the problem. And that's why you're here. I am very grateful that you spent a few minutes with me today. I have not posted any videos on my YouTube channel for nearly 1 month. Why? Well, it wasn't just a setback. I was finishing a course. I'm taking some courses online that will help to better me as a coach. So I'm just soaking in that knowledge. So I took a little bit of a break from my YouTube channel. I took a little bit of a break from my business just to take on more knowledge. And I took my final exam. So I'll find out in 5 weeks if I pass. And I'm not going to tell you what it is until I actually get that passing grade. So if I don't pass, I'll have to take it again. Okay, so if you want to see more videos like this and you want to continue the journey of sexual sobriety from a life that's sex addicted to where you're a thriving, healthy individual, please subscribe to my channel. I will be back now, and I'm posting a video every Tuesday for you. And hit that bell because you'll get notified every time a new video gets posted. And keep in mind, please go to my website, and I'll have the link below. I have a free ebook. And it's not a sales pitch ebook. It's actually an ebook that's phenomenal. It's 5 phases of recovery and transformation from sex addiction. And it's all the 5 phases you will go through as you transform from a life that's sex addicted to a life of sobriety and more than that, a life where you're spiritually grounded and centered, where you're living on a different plane in life, one that is truly peaceful and serene. And it takes you through all of the phases to get there. So go to my website, please download that free ebook. And I have a 10-step strategy session. That's wonderful. It's 30 minutes long. And in that strategy session, you will learn 10 strategies, 10 steps. And there's several phases in those 10 steps to experience and transform your life to sexual sobriety. Don't miss out on these free opportunities. You will love it. In the meantime, you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next Tuesday.